I hope you don't die, guys, please. The new information about Mr. Miyagi was revealed in this season, and every time his name is mentioned, it gets me chills. Like, why do you think this character is so important, even nowadays?
That's a great question. I think, listen, Mr. Miyagi, that character was, I always call it the secret sauce, the soulful magic of the Karate Kid is Miyagi. Certainly the original movie. That's a big part of Daniel LaRusso navigating adolescence and and finding his place, a fatherless teen in a new town, and in comes, as John Avildsen, the director of that film, would call Mr. Wonderful, that every boy's dream that has all the answers and all the magic and gives the confidence and the wish fulfillment going forward. And I think we do a nice job, the writers certainly, and it was something that was important to me and Billy and Yuji as well, that Pat Morita's performance as Mr. Miyagi is woven through this series, because he's and I think that's why you get the feels and the emotion, because you care. He's no longer with us, but he still lives on in every one of these characters, and that's a credit to the writers at not letting go of that. And hearing that from you is proof that it's important, and it grounds the show amid the zaniness that Cobra Kai sometimes has and its heightened comedy and action and everything else. It's still about those rooted emotions, and that often lands with Mr. Miyagi.
Wax on, wax off. Don't forget to breathe. Very important.
And Billy, your characters and the whole Character Kid franchise shaped an era and influenced a whole generation. Even after all this time, do you still feel the responsibility and the pressure of this legacy?
I don't think about it in that terms. I don't think about the legacy of it. I embody this character. He lives in me. I just get to play the truth and the comedy and the searching, the growing aspect of it. And then later I step back and look at the big picture of the legacy and who it's touching. You can't even think about it that way. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of our writers and of the creators and the whole cast and everybody to make this story so relevant and touching so many people, and to be a part of that's just been a thrill. I'm very happy with where Johnny Lawrence starts out in this season and how he grows and what comes his way in the consecutive episodes.
6 years have passed since the first season of Cobra Kai, and how do you guys feel about the TV show back then and now that's already classic?
It's pretty wild to be a part of the big grand Karate Kid universe. It is always very surreal for young kids to come up and be like, "Oh, I love Hawk." Their dads in the background, they're like,
"Yeah, I like the character too. It's pretty cool."
it's I don't know. The show really hits a really wide audience, and I've been so lucky and blessed to be a part of it. Hang out with all these cool people. I get to shake Ralph Macchio's hand every once in a while and never wash it, so that's always nice too.
Yeah, it has also been cool. I meet so many fans that come up and go, "I also really, really like Hawkeye." And then the dad goes, "Oh yeah, he is the coolest character." And I go, "Thank you so much." Then I try to FaceTime Jacob.
And then he
never
doesn't
answers. Well, I always think it's gonna be good. I'll FaceTime him. I'll be like, "You can meet him right here." And
look at my phone.
Never answers the phone.
My phone's broken. It's not my fault.
Thinking you don't actually have his number.
Yeah.
He saved his mom's contact of Jacob Bertrand so it can look like he's calling him.
I actually do have
Yeah.
your mom's contact in my phone as Jacob, I think Jacob's mom or something.
Jacob mom.
No, it's
Jacob
been
mom.
super cool. It's been the best fans because it is true. We have such a wide variety. We say it's like kind of like 8 to 80. So you never know like who you're gonna meet, and the biggest fans that they're kind of like the biggest and the best fans. They're the most excited fans that you get to meet. Yeah, very passionate, very, very passionate fans, which is super cool.
I could say we feel about it the same now as we felt then. It's hallowed piece of cinema history for us, The Karate Kid. It was such an important movie to us, when we saw it as kids. We've now shown it to our children. And we are just part of this global fandom for this universe, and we happen to be the people who raised their hands, and we're in the right place at the right time to say we have an idea. And it's amazing to consider all the people that had to say yes, and throw themselves wholeheartedly into this process. You know, everybody who's come back from the original franchise, all the new characters who have joined this universe and, you know, come in early and stay late and train on the weekends and take up martial arts or continue their martial arts training between seasons. It's been a lovely creative endeavor for the three of us, you know, who have known each other for most of our lives at this point. And to be able to come to work every day and make Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid and this universe, the Miyagi-verse, our number one concern, has just been a real gift.
No matter what life throws at you, you gotta stay on your feet.
And in Cobra Kai, we have a lot of crossovers with the Karate Kid movies and characters. But if you had the opportunity to have a crossover with any pop culture franchise, what would you choose to be part of Cobra Kai?
I gotta go with Back to the Future because it felt like things were happening around the same time. I don't know where Hill Valley is in relation to Reseda and Encino, but I feel like it doesn't feel too far. It would be fun to see that, you know, they both had these, you know, unlikely kind of, it's a show about two teenagers whose best friend is like 30, 40, 50 years older. So it's like you could imagine Doc Brown and Mr. Miyagi, you know, bonding over, you know, stuff, and same thing with Marty and Daniel. And maybe Daniel ends up into Jennifer and Marty ends up into Allie.
I don't know. I'm just concerned about Sensei Kreese getting a hold of a time machine.
I'm also
that's
well, that's the thing, because you got you know, you have Biff and Johnny in that world. Okay, I'm in right now. Let's do it.
All right.
I'd like to see these characters in a Marvel movie. I'd like to see a crossover with Marvel characters and see how we do.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I mean, sure.
Just a thought.
We have
you know,
superpowers.
Chosen, LaRusso and Johnny in a time machine end up in Gotham City. No, it's not Marvel,
Right.
is it?
That's DC. Well, I'm a big Batman guy, so
Okay,
sure,
it's
I'll
not
do
Gotham
that.
City, but yeah, I'd like to see him in a superhero movie by accident and see, you know, as the heroes.
We're almost there. There are elements of the series that it's almost at the point where there's superpowers.
How about Squid Games?
That too.
How about Hunger?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
so
do.
see how we survive there.
I hope you don't die, guys, please.
Let's keep them
Let's
in
keep it
Miyagi
true.
verse.
Let's
Let's keep
keep it
them in the
true.
Miyagi verse, and if they can bring some characters.
What is the problem, Mr. Diaz?
No problem, Sensei. You punched me and I have asthma, so...
Not anymore.